As you expect, papers had dubious accounts of the officers being too busy, but in true old-timey fashion, they were colorful descriptions fitting to the era. They were said to have been too busy fretting over baseball scores to begin the search any sooner.
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, creepy people.
Hi.
Hello. This is P&W, Haunts and Homicides.
It is, and we always look at each other like, wait, who's going to say it first?
Who's gonna say it?
Who's going to remember?
Who's gonna do it? I'm spooky today.
You are. You have ghost earrings in.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
We have headphones on, so I wasn't sure if she would remember.
I did remember.
I put them on.
I always remember when I see a ghost.
Does seem like it would be memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, it's not Halloween. Why is Caitlin wearing ghost earrings?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Disregard.
Moving right along. All right. Well, I do have something that's, I don't know, a little different.
I like that. I like different.
Yeah.
I like change and growth and progress.
Ew, I hate that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
I like it.
It can be good. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for this?
I think so.
Cassie knows more than usual, but not very much.
Yeah, not very much. I am glad to have had kind of a sort of a palate cleanser with the St. Patrick's Day episode from you.
Yes. And then this one is not great,
Okay.
but the next one is going to be truly terrible.
Great. So you're like building up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I would try that.
Okay.
So something to look forward to.
Yay.
Yay.
You can't see our faces, but yeah.
All right. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. What are we talking about today?
Well, Thelma Taylor, born December 12th of 1933, was a 15-year-old sophomore at Roosevelt High School in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, Portland.
Portland.
Good old Portlandia.
Portlandia. I like to say it like that, like it's a strange foreign country.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Or a goddess.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you said Oregonus. Like when people from out of state say Oregon.
Oh.
Like a combination of Oregon and goddess.
Nope, that was just me not pronouncing my words all the way.
Can we make t-shirts that say Oregonus?
Or what we could do, or goddess.
Yeah,
Oregon goddess.
Oh my god.
Oh,
there we go.
My God.
Wow.
We're geniuses.
Wow. Wow. We're going to talk about Thelma now.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I probably won't have any other sparks of genius for the rest of the day, so I'll stick with my notes.
All right.
In August of 1949, she'd intended to pick up a summertime job picking beans as she stood waiting for the bus in the St. John's neighborhood.
Picking beans?
Picking beans.
You pick beans?
I guess so. I learned that as well.
Huh. I guess I never thought about it.
Never did. She would take the bus from there in St. John's all the way out to Hillsborough.
Okay. I know where that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure do. At around 4:30 a.m., Thelma Taylor had encountered someone that would alter her course. Morris Leland, was a 22-year-old ex-convict. She died in the morning hours of the following Saturday, August 6th of 1949.
Aww.
Yeah. Also, you are waking up in time to be anywhere at 4:30 a.m. during summer break. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dedication.
I lived in Hillsborough as a teenager, and I couldn't have woken up at 4:30 to be in Hillsborough at 4:30.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't do it. Thelma's parents were beside themselves with grief before even learning of her death.
Oh, wait, what?
This is really sad.
Oh, I really like the name Thelma.
I know. They'd urged the Portland police to search the wooded areas surrounding St. John's, from where they would later confirm that she had been taken. The police were said not to have commenced search efforts until Saturday morning, claiming that is when they were contacted by Thelma's parents. Now remember that. It is significant.
Okay.
As you expect, papers had dubious accounts of the officers being too busy, but in true old-timey fashion, they were colorful descriptions fitting to the era. They were said to have been too busy fretting over baseball scores to begin the search any sooner.
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
They actually said that?
Yeah, sure did.
Okay.
Listen, this is why I just cannot get behind the sportsing and the sports balling.
Right. There's a woman missing and murdered.
Yeah. In all seriousness, it gets a bit more like a poorly written period piece, which I guess technically it is. That newspaper article, wowzers. I've got some other quotes from it, so
Okay.
this will be fun. Kinda. Now, this next part, at least to me, seemed a somewhat out of place line of questioning. One particular news writer wondered what the Canadian Mounties would have done in a similar situation.
Why?
Maybe there's additional context that's missing that would have made the specific germaneness of this commentary clear. Somehow it's not entirely obvious, but maybe in the PNW near the end of World War II, at the time that this would have been, I don't know, maybe that would have made sense. But I'm not entirely sure why this is brought up or how exactly it's relevant. If there's something going on with the Mounties that we should be aware of, please let us know. I don't know.
Did they say it in like a snarky way? Like, oh, what would they have done?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Furthering the query, the article wonders aloud, broadly, what can be done? Does it matter? Thelma is gone now.
Yeah, it matters.
To me, it's very reminiscent of the reporting from when we covered the Weyerhaeuser kidnapping back in episodes 22 to 24.
Oh.
Yes, very old-timey.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Thelma had a 3-year-old sister, and papers told a heart-wrenching account of how the poor young girl didn't quite understand what had happened to Thelma.
Well, no.
She believed her sister would be returning still.
Oh, she's so young.
I know. It honestly kind of makes me think, okay, but what did they tell her? You know?
Yeah,
She's very little, but
they probably didn't explain it very well,
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Thelma had begun a story with her the week prior to her disappearance and murder. Her sister was very excited to hear the end of Babe in the Woods.
No.
To be honest, I wasn't familiar with the story, but knowing how this one turns out, it feels an awfully ominous title.
Is it a real story or was it one she was like making up?
It's a real story.
Oh, wow.
Thelma's family held out hope for her safe return even after she had been missing for 6 whole days. But that would change in an instant. On August 11th, Morris Leland was arrested on suspicion of driving a stolen vehicle, but he would quickly confess to far more. He wasn't a suspect in Thelma's disappearance at the time, but things were about to seriously escalate. On the way to the police station, he told the arresting officer, Sergeant Vern Nicholson, that he wanted to speak with homicide detectives about information he knew about a murder.
Okay.
So
That's always suspicious.
Exactly. I'm guessing that guy was like, oh shit, this is not just a regular stolen car, is it?
Mm.
When he spoke to them, he alleged that Thelma had accompanied him willingly, at least initially.
I love how they always try to say that. It's getting old.
Even if that was true, we know how this ends.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. Now, it's plausible that she had agreed to accompany him to the banks of the Willamette River, picturing a day of frivolity on the beach riverfront. However, most accounts of their meeting disagree outright, stating as a point of fact that he forcibly abducted her, and I'm inclined to agree that seems most likely.
Right. I agree with you.
It's pretty tough to know, but
yeah,
come on. When she rejected his advances, he said that he got scared because, quote, she was a good girl and would make trouble if he let her go. Now, I assume this is a reference to the fact that he attempted to make a move on her or to rape her. And her response being that, number one, she was repulsed by him, as rapists often find to be the case. But also, number two, the fact that she also apparently revealed that she was a virgin. Basically, at this point, I'm just thinking, damn. If being a good girl is what gets you killed by some illogical psychopath, how pissed are you?
Right.
Also, that's one hell of a way to assert that you prefer a bad girl. Rude, Leland. At that point, though, he ceased in his sexual advances, but in this case, of course, as we know, he had no intention of letting her go. As we know, just because he ceased the sexual advances, which, I mean, that assumes a lot, didn't mean that his intentions were in any way honorable.
Can't imagine so.
No. He kept her hostage for over 24 hours, beginning early Friday morning and into the following Saturday morning. Despite being in a somewhat isolated location in an undeveloped area of Portland, Thelma wasn't prepared to give up when a shred of hope presented itself for escape.
No, I don't want to hear it.
This is the part you've heard before.
Okay.
She desperately began screaming for help when she heard workers at the nearby train yard.
No. Oh.
I just got really intense chills.
You got chilly willies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
At around 8 a.m. on Saturday, Leland and Thelma were wedged into brush near the roadside where he reportedly found a metal bar.
Mm.
So convenient. Just an aside, can we please clean up after ourselves? Particularly in the case of a would-be makeshift murder weapon of opportunity?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Do you think he really found it there, though, or he had it?
I think from the sounds of it, it would have been too sizable for him to have had that on his person.
Okay.
In a way that would be covert.
Okay.
Morris Leland had beaten Thelma on the head with the steel bar and stabbed her twice with a knife. One source reported that Leland stabbed Thelma in the heart and her skull had been crushed in the attack.
Aww.
And I'm not describing that for shock value by any means, but it's because we'll come back to that.
Okay.
And so it was August 11th, the very same day as his arrest, that Leland led Detective Noel Eck and Sergeant Dan Matola to Thelma's body hidden under a log pile.
Oh, gosh. Under a log pile?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Well, this is the trouble with the P&W is we think of log.
I was thinking of like lumberjack, like
right,
big tree piles.
An entire tree.
Yeah.
Just off St. John's Avenue, it was there, 8 blocks north of the St. John's Bridge, that poor Thelma was found.
Mm.
Leland had thrown both the steel bar and knife into a nearby river after wiping his fingerprints off Thelma's lunch pail and disposing of his cigarette butts.
Into the river? Come on.
Yeah. Curiously, I did find that both the knife and scabbard, along with the iron bar, according to the Oregonian's November 4th reporting on the 1949 court proceedings, were entered into evidence.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe Leland had a weak throwing arm.
Leland.
Either way, he's the worst. And there's no crying in baseball. Thelma was still fully clothed in the outfit she'd been wearing when she went missing. This girl woke up at an ungodly hour and said, I'm going to go pick some beans to make some summer spending money, but that doesn't mean I'm not about to absolutely fucking slay this look.
Aww.
She wore a plaid shirt, Levi's jeans, and bobby socks.
What are bobby socks?
Bobby socks. Cassie, Google bobby socks right meow.
What are bobby socks? Who's Bobby and why do we have his socks? Not booby socks. We don't want booby socks.
No, we don't want booby socks.
So like little ruffly socks.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have little lace raffles.
Cute.
They're fresh.
To go pick beans in. She's like, I'm going to have a delicate little girly touch. You
that was the look.
Oh.
Bobby socks were the shit.
I think we should bring it back.
I know. I feel like for the time, that look was chic as hell.
Yeah.
Found in her possession still were both an invitation to Bible school and her farm produce work cards. Still safely tucked into her billfold.
Oh.
Freaking billfold, you guys, is like my favorite old-timey, but not outlandishly odd nomenclature, other than Davenport. Okay? It literally feels like all of my grandparents are in the room right now.
Aww.
But I digress. The chief of detectives, William Brown, reflected on the case in a manner that hardly left room for any warm, fuzzy feelings. like my grandparents are here.
Oh.
No matter how hard one might try. And I tried. You guys, believe me, I tried. Anyways, he said, it is the most cold-blooded case I've ever had.
Oh.
The day after his arrest on August 12th, Lieutenant Carl Crisp.
Carl Crisp.
He makes me think of the Brits because they say crisps. Crisps. He was quoted as saying that Leland didn't show any agitation or emotion.
No shit.
Yeah. Now, anyone who's going to kill a young girl like this, I'd argue that's a correct assessment, but we're going to hear it again. Because apparently in the 1940s, that bared repeating. Morris Leland, just 22 at the time, was swiftly booked on first-degree murder charges. On August 18th, he was indicted by a grand jury for that charge. At the time of his arrest, Leland had already served 2 prison sentences, one for conspiracy to commit a felony and for obtaining money under false pretenses.
Huh.
He also had a juvenile record.
Not shocking.
No, but he's only 22. Like, he's only not been a juvenile for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's cool. Deputy District Attorney at the time, John Collier, confirmed that the state would pursue the death penalty for Morris Leland when his trial began on October 27th of 1949. Leland would be sentenced to death on January 20th.
Dang.
Yes. Upon hearing the verdict of death, Leland reportedly yawned.
Wow.
When later asked what he thought of the verdict, he was quoted as saying, "That's business."
What a weirdo.
Yeah. Well, ain't that some shit?
Huh.
I told you we'd come back to the brutality of the attack against Thelma.
Okay.
And here we are. Because to me, I just wonder, how do you perpetrate that level of violence against another human, specifically a child, and then behave this way in response to being brought to justice? As is often the case following a defendant being sentenced to death, Morris Leland's defense counsel filed a motion to appeal for a new trial. Ultimately, that proved unsuccessful.
Does he even care? Like, it doesn't seem like he cares.
Doesn't seem like it, does it? Judge James W. Crawford denied the motion at an informal meeting in his chambers. Then I imagine he poured himself a glass of scotch, lit a cigar, and smacked his secretary's ass, having felt that he had done his good deed for that day.
Oh my God. The picture you painted.
Very Mad Men.
Yeah.
This whole era. It's earlier than Mad. Listen, I know historically that's not 100% accurate. Just whatever. Moving on.
No, never seen it.
Yeah.
I know. We've gone through this.
Oh, motherfucker. What? Okay. In any case, not to be deterred, Leland's defense attorney, Thomas H. Ryan, said that he would seriously consider taking up an additional appeal in the case with the state Supreme Court at that time, which is like, for why?
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. The basis for the appeal was the argument that the Oregon law, which required a defendant who decided to plead innocent by insanity to prove his insanity beyond a reasonable doubt, was unconstitutional. I guess the logic was basically, okay, crazy. Sure, you're innocent. Just prove to us that you're crazy.
I mean, the lack of emotion might.
Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
an appeal would automatically stay his execution until the higher Oregon court could rule in the case. On April 6th of 1951, the Oregon Supreme Court granted a stay of execution for just over a month in order to allow time for Leland's defense attorney to appeal his death sentence for the murder of Thelma to the United States Supreme Court. Prior to the stay of execution being granted, he was set to be executed on April 20th in the Oregon State Penitentiary's gas chamber for the murder he committed near the St. John's Bridge adjacent to the Willamette River.
Ooh, the gas chamber. Yikes.
On Monday, January 5th of 1953, the Eugene Register Guard announced that Morris Leland's execution was set for that very Friday.
Okay.
So I guess they didn't win.
Oh, right. Okay.
The warden, Virgil O'Malley, revealed that a new gas chamber had been finalized as part of an adjoining area to a new building that had just been completed. The very first time that it was to be used, it was set to be a double execution.
Ooh.
Both Morris Leland and John Payne, who had killed during the commission of a robbery the clerk of a grocery store, had exhausted their appeals.
Okay.
Previously, the gas chamber had been located outside the prison wall and had only been used in one execution. At the time, this man's attorneys had argued against the legality of his execution based on whether or not it was permissible to use a chamber that was located outside.
I don't understand this.
So the gas chamber is located technically outside the prison walls.
So it's like a jurisdiction type of thing.
Basically,
Yeah.
They're like, well, listen, you can't just kill people anywhere. It's got to be on prison grounds.
Right.
I guess was the crux of their argument.
Okay. I mean, I could sort of see.
I mean, you're grasping at straws here, my dude.
But they built this new one inside, or was the new one outside?
The new one was inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why they built the new one?
I have to imagine, yes. As far as arguments go, it's pretty much the furthest reach I've ever heard. It almost makes it sound like the crux of their position was the old standby of real estate, the real estate creed. Location, location, location. Like, is that's all you got?
I mean, that's all they could find. So,
I mean, listen, lawyered. Far more upsetting than the back and forth of the legal rigmarole was the fact that aside from blaming his violent malfeasance on a self-diagnosed mental illness, Leland really never did give any sort of explanation for the crime beyond the so-called good girl must die rationale.
that is just the weirdest thing to say.
Yeah, sure is. In Salem, at the Oregon State Penitentiary on January 9th of 1943, Morris Leland was put to death, executed by the gas chamber. Now, if you're local to the Portland area, it will come as no surprise to you that the site of the gruesome murder that took place underneath the St. John's Bridge all those years ago is an area that's very familiar, as it's quite frequently photographed.
All the time.
That land is now part of a public park that opened in May of 1980, Cathedral Park.
It's so pretty.
It's beautiful. Every year, people flock to this beautiful spot for photo sessions. It's even become a pretty popular spot for outdoor weddings.
Mm-hmm. I've been there before when they were setting up for a wedding. I was doing a photo shoot there, one of probably like 3 or 4. And they were setting up for an outdoor wedding. You know, there's like one spot where you can see through the bridge. We'll post pictures if you don't know. But so it's so pretty.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It also has a number of walking trails, an outdoor stage area, and even features a floating dock that actually extends onto the Willamette River. Mm-hmm. Willamette, not Willamette. Willamette. Thelma Taylor was laid to rest in the Park Rose neighborhood of Portland at Columbia Cemetery.
Aww.
You might be inclined to think that's where the story ends. But there's a tiny bit more that I felt like pushes Portland over the top for the absolute creepiest city in the modern era.
What?
Cathedral Park has been a featured stop of the Ghostland tour of haunted places in the city of Portland.
Haunted?
Haunted?
What?
Yes. This next excerpt is taken from America's Haunted Road Trip.
Ooh. I've been there before.
Over the decades, many people have reported hearing a young girl's voice calling, "Help. Somebody help me, please."
No. Are you sure it wasn't a real person who needed help?
I mean, I hope they checked.
I hope they checked. I hate that.
They went on to say, Cathedral Park is a hangout after dark for the younger generation who want to party, have a few beers, and the like. So many of these stories must be questioned, if only because alcohol is involved. But it is not only inebriated young people who have reported the ghostly voices and apparitions, they say, dart quickly around the place.
Are you sure they're not bats, you guys?
Bats
are black and they dart quickly.
But they don't speak.
No.
I
mean, they make bat sounds.
They make bat sounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just bats.
They're just bats.
Why am I scared? I feel like I'm in your shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Many paranormal researchers say that the area surrounding Cathedral Park has been primed for a haunting. And the flowing water of the river and the limestone blocks used to build St. John's Bridge all are associated with a residual haunting.
I was going to say that.
Residual haunting is a new term made popular by paranormal television for an old parapsychological theory proposed in the 1970s called the stone tape theory. This theory speculates that inanimate materials such as stone can absorb energy from the living, much as a tape recorder absorbs the voice of the living, especially during episodes of high tension, anxiety, and fear.
Yeah.
Once this energy is stored, it can also be released, resulting in the display or replay of the recorded events.
Yeah, we've talked about that in the What's Haunting You episode.
Yeah, we have. This is another direct quote from the article.
Ooh, I can't wait.
We have to postulate that some very emotional scene has somehow become registered on the environment. Almost like a sort of psychic video has been created. Late Scottish paranormal researcher Archie Roy was quoted as saying about stone tape theory in the 2011 book Ghosts by Malcolm Day.
Ooh.
someone who comes along who is sensitive enough acts as a sort of psychic video player and will actually play that tape and see the figures or perhaps even hear the voices.
Yeah.
So, Cassie.
Yes.
On an unrelated matter, do you want to go on a field trip?
Totally. I'll go back. I've been there multiple times. Never like alone. I mean, I've been there alone, but never like with nobody else around.
Yeah.
There was other people there enjoying the park.
I've never been to Cathedral Park.
Oh, that's kind of surprising.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have driven in the area and I've seen the bridge, and it's always struck me as more spooky than beautiful.
It is. It does kind of have a spooky quality because it does get foggy over there a lot.
Yeah.
So when the bridge is foggy and it's like that green color, so it's a little bit spooky.
It's very haunting.
Yeah. But it's also so gorgeous. When the sun's out.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Even then.
It does get chilly. So under the bridge, I'm not sure exactly where this happened. The popular spot is right under the bridge. And
so you're shaded.
Yeah. And that spot just kind of seems, it's a little uneasy, but you're also in downtown Portland, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be the reason as well. You're a woman alone in a park,
Yeah.
I think we should go.
Yeah.
It's deciding.
I'm afraid it's going to be like Dick Road.
Where you're going to feel like uneasy and want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And want to go like, not like I want to go there. Like I want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it in pictures and it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Bring protection stones with you.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah,
wish me luck.
You're the sensitive one that would set off the recording, so.
Yeah.
I sure won't. I've built a shell around my house and I'm just fine living in my shell. I'm convinced that's why I don't experience paranormal activity, because I'm a crab and I live inside my shell.
I think you just want it too badly.
It's like I do and I don't.
Yeah. I think most paranormal things are like kind of a fuckboy about. That's their strategy, is like you can't be too thirsty about it.
Yeah. I try.
I don't know. I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. And it's like, oh my God, you're so hot right now.
It's midnight. They're texting you.
Yeah, basically. You up?
3 a.m.
Okay, well, should we do some tarot?
That was weird.
Tarot?
We said it at the same time.
We're jailed. Yeah, we should. We should.
Let's do it.
Because I need to know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've come to our tarot reading for Cathedral Park and Thelma. I really, really like that name. It's so freaking cute.
I know. I kept thinking of Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. That's probably why I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've put the energy. You're putting the energy. All the creepy people are putting their energy.
Okay.
What did we get?
Queen of Pentacles.
In reverse.
In reverse.
Oh, there's a bunny on it.
Ah, bunny.
It's almost Easter.
Oh. Oh boy. When you guys see the altar for Easter, you're going to shit your pants. Which is apparently shitting your pants is a common thread of late.
I know. It's so funny. Poop's funny.
Poop is funny.
I really like this card. So she's sitting on like a stone throne, which is interesting because you talked about the stone.
Oh, the limestone.
And then there's like little goats on it.
Oh. I was like, there's not a goat.
Like carved onto the stone.
Carved into the stone. I thought there was a goat on the card. And I was like, that's a rabbit.
Yeah, there's a bunny. It's interesting it's a white bunny. I don't know the significance of that, but it makes me think of like an innocent little, like, good.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
She's the bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But she's protected by this glorious queen.
Well, what were you, asleep that day? Hungover?
I mean, now she's protected, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Our keywords are comfort, security, wealth, generosity, managerial ability, and, of course, our favorite buzzword, Cassie. Can you guess? Fertility.
Oh, okay.
Just fucking constantly.
Yeah.
Like the king, the Queen of Pentacles often appears seated on a throne, wearing rich garments and a crown. I mean, that fits for Thelma. Some decks show her gazing down at a pentacle in her lap, symbolizing fertility. This card may also represent an actual person, usually a mature woman who's intelligent, serious, and strong. Also Thelma. What does she got to do everything around here?
How old was Thelma?
16.
I feel like maybe she would have
become,
you know?
Okay, we've got an extra excerpt. It says, Earth Mother. We often refer to our planet as Mother Earth, and witches consider the Earth to be feminine. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Queen of Pentacles sits in a beautiful landscape, which indicates her strong connection with nature. She's the ultimate Earth Mother.
Oh,
I feel like it's spooking me out just because she was like literally about to go like collect harvest.
Yeah.
When reversed, the Queen of Pentacles may indicate a questionable financial situation. Sometimes it shows a lack of understanding in money matters, mismanaging property, reckless spending, or hoarding.
We didn't get it in reverse, right?
We did.
We did?
Yeah, I pulled it in reverse. Envy or manipulation may exist when this card appears reversed. It can also suggest indulgence and laziness, or it may represent caretaker burnout. In a reading about money, the reversed queen says you're not dealing with money matters in a constructive, realistic way. An investment or business venture may be shady or won't pay off, like stealing a car, because you're going to get arrested.
Huh. Did it say something about him being like stealing money too in the past?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your finances may be unstable, or an advisor/partner may not be reliable. If the reading is about work, you may feel insecure in your job/status and engage in questionable behavior to hold on to your position.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Sometimes this card can indicate you've sold your soul for security and feel trapped and unfulfilled as a result. In a reading about love, the reversed queen suggests an unhappy relationship based on security, status, or wealth. In some cases, it represents sexual excess, obsession, or trading sex for financial benefits.
I mean, I feel like that could translate into what happened.
I don't like it.
I don't like that either. I kind of feel like I want to look in this littler book.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Pentacles. The queen is rich in more ways than one. She has a stable, simple life, and she is filled with things, people, and activities that bring her joy. She is nurturing and generous, seeks to bring happiness and provide a sanctuary to those she loves. If you are the queen, it is time to be nurturing and caring. It could be as simple as taking some time to cook a meal for a good friend or buying a cute plant for someone special. Be kind. It suits you. Aw, I kind of feel like that, like the right side upside is kind of like her energy, and the flip side is his.
Definitely had like this caretaker energy. I mean, when you think about, she was reading this story to her sister, which was Babe in the Woods. And this is like the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother Earth.
Yeah.
You know, she's out there to pick beans, and she's reading the story about, you know, a woman in the woods. And I feel like that's where you see, I don't know, it's like, it's very symbolic.
Yeah. Did it not say anything about the rabbit?
I guess it didn't. That's interesting.
Like, I'm curious. I just want to look up real quick what a
white rabbit means. I have a feeling I know what the symbolism is of a rabbit. Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Does it say something about it?
In the upright, an undertaking should bear fruit if nurtured carefully. This is the Harvest card.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Oh my gosh, that's really creepy.
Oh, I guess bunnies symbolize fertility. That makes sense. It did talk about that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I get it. This card, in the upright position, it says, in a reading about love, the Queen suggests a mature, sincere relationship. You enjoy sensual and sexual pleasure.
Aww.
Creature comforts, financial security, and the good things in life. And clearly we know at least one of those things was not part of Thelma's life.
No.
Just from the perspective that she was a child.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, you know, she's a teenager, but in 1949, oh boy, wow. And I thought it's so interesting that they made such a big deal about how, oh, she's a good girl. And, you know, that came up when he was speaking to her. But that makes so much sense that this card comes up in the reverse, knowing that.
Yeah. It's interesting that this is like one of those cards that's the reverse is like the opposite, because sometimes it's not.
Yeah. I mean, in some respects it is. And then in some it still has. I don't know. That's so funny. It did play out that in some ways it's very much the direct opposite. And then some pieces of it still hold true, where it's like that Mother Earth and caretaking energy.
Yeah. Aww. Well, wow. You did a haunting, Caitlin. Good job.
Yeah. Only because I just saw that there was not that much about it.
I'm proud of you.
And I was like, yay, I'll only have to talk about it for like a whole minute.
Did you have a nightmare?
No.
That's good.
Not yet. There's still time.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will be reporting to the scene of the crime, so we'll see.
Ooh, should we pull a card if Caitlin should go or not?
Okay. Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
There you go. There you are, friend.
Should Caitlin go to Cathedral Park? Okay, this is weird. You should bring flowers with you.
Okay.
I got 9 of Cups.
Oh, it's another 9. That's so weird. Cups is really like intense energy this week for us.
She's sitting on like a stone bench.
9 of Cups. Keywords are wishes come true, good luck, happiness, abundance, and generosity. Often called the wish card. The 9 of Cups is one of the most fortunate of all cards and bodes well in any reading. And I saw you pick the card, but like, did you have, like, is that one marked or?
No.
Okay.
It's just my magic.
Some decks show a wealthy person, perhaps a tavern owner or innkeeper, sharing his or her largesse with others, filling their cups. Upright, it says, you've achieved a position of comfort, abundance, and happiness. Now you eagerly share your warmth, love, good cheer, and other goodies with people you care about.
Sharing goodies like bringing flowers.
The universe is smiling on you. In a reading about money, you can expect good fortune when this card appears. An investment pays off. You get a raise, maybe even win the lottery. Okay, well, I will be going on the off chance that is accurate.
Someone just won $60.
Oh my God, you did.
I did, yeah.
Rather than hoarding your loot, however, you share some with others.
Weird.
Okay. If the reading is about your job, the 9 of Cups suggests a promotion or landing the job of your dreams. You feel fulfilled, happy, and inspired in your work. Whatever you undertake brings success.
I think it's saying like your pod work.
I maybe.
So yes, you should go. We're being successful in whatever we're doing.
In a reading about love, you've learned to open your heart and enjoy a richly rewarding love life. This card may describe a joyful, emotionally fulfilling, committed relationship or an abundance of romantic partners.
Oh, Caitlin.
Oh, there's an extra excerpt.
Yay.
Okay. This is Deepak Chopra.
Right. We've heard from him before.
Mm-hmm. Nature is held together by the energy of love.
Yes, it is. Nature. You're going out into nature.
I guess I am. I'm looking for something that says like, no, don't go.
I'll read what this says. Maybe it says that.
Okay.
Treat yourself. You've been killing it lately and you deserve a nice reward after your success and accomplishments. Throw a party. Buy yourself something nice. Have a spa day. Do something you want to, only for you. Show yourself the love you deserve. Oh, funny how we just talked about Caitlin needing self-care.
I don't know what that is, and I resent the implication.
I think you should treat yourself to a nice day out.
Okay, so I should go to the park.
Bring flowers and good energy with you to the park for Thelma.
Okay.
Don't be scared of Thelma. It's just Thelma there.
No, Thelma seems chill.
Or bring good energy to her bad energy. Because I don't think her spirit is there. I think it's her traumatic energy there. So just show that a little bit of love.
I think if there's anything there, it's definitely... what's the term I'm looking for? It's like
the residual?
Yes. It's residual energy. It's not her bad energy. It's the bad energy from what happened, if that's what you feel.
I think it's still like a part of her, though.
Yeah.
So if you show up and you're scared of her, I feel like that just adds to the negative. So maybe if you show up and you're like, hey, bringing you flowers, hanging out.
Yeah.
Showing you love in this beautiful park.
I like flowers.
Yeah. Take pictures.
Okay.
Okay. I think that worked out good. I liked that.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Should we do that thing?
Let's do the thing.
Let's do it. Have a creepy ass day. See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We're weird.
Yep.
I still have my mushroom.
I love it. So for all of you that are listening, if you have any true crime or paranormal stories that you want us to share, Maybe with the whole Pacific Northwest.
Yes, we would love to read them on the pod.
Yes, we will read them out loud.
Not just in our heads.
Yes. They don't have to be from the Pacific Northwest if you would like to share. Email us at pnwhauntsandhomicides@gmail.com. It's all spelled out, no special characters. Super duper easy peasy.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Same thing as the email at pnwhauntsandhomicides, all spelled out, no special characters. Please also rate and review us on whatever platform you're listening to, and check out our stories on social media because our meme game is hot.
Agreed.
And if you agree, like Caitlin, you can also find us on Patreon and support the show.
Bitchin'. Okay.
Do it already. God.
Oh, you scared it away.